Greetings, fellow bridge lovers, and welcome to Bridge Brawl. We have a very exciting claw-in match here. We have got I love the slam alert, by the way, Scissors. I love your mugs.
Getting ready.
And we've got Bridgeoverlord versus Rgoss. Bridgeoverlord finished 5th in round robin 1. Rgoss finished 4th in round robin 2, and now they are Oh, we've got another drink over here. We've got the beer card from John Stell. And now they're facing off in a claw-in match to see who is going to face off against Team Peter Hollins in the quarterfinal. So far today, we have had 3 matches. We had Jazz Plays Bridge and NYC Bridge. They went to a tiebreak that eventually led to NYC Bridge winning. We had Kachung versus John Stell, which has been the most exciting match so far. This one was decided by a beer card. And in the end, Kachung was on the winning side of that beer card, so John has been knocked out, but he is still here to bless us with his commentary and his jokes and his beer. So, yes. And then the other match that we had today was Jakery versus Rastern Koopa. Unfortunately, this one did not go to tiebreaks, but Jakery had a very convincing win of 31-10 and has put himself in the semifinals. We also have the money amounts up for grabs after each match, so it's very, very exciting what is going on. For those of you who don't know how these KO matches work, we have a very, very special format. It is very fun that I've been referencing this entire time because some people have won via beer cards. 1 second, I noticed an error on my part. I'm fixing it real quick. Rgoss does not have a beer card yet. Which is, the rules are that you start out with 10 boards. And after those 10 boards, if you convincingly beat your other team by 7 or more imps, you win. However, if you win or lose by a margin of 6 or lower, that counts as a tie. You are tied. And we will add an additional 2 boards for you to play. And once again, if you manage to defeat the other team by more than 7 imps within those 2 boards, then you win. But if you don't, then we add another 2 boards. We're going to make it more intense. It gets scarier and more interesting. And then after those last 2 boards, after 14 boards, play stops overall. If you did not manage to defeat the other team by more than 7 imps, we go to tiebreaks, and that very first tiebreak is the most interesting one. It is the beer card. So whichever team obtains the most beer cards, which means if you are playing in a non-diamond contract, either making the last trick with the 7 of diamonds, making your contract, or setting your opponents with the 7 of diamonds, then you are getting beer card points, and the person at the end who has the most beer card points is going to be winning the match if you did not manage to beat your opponents by more than 7 after 14 boards. And finally, if the beer cards is still a tie, then we go to the BAM, and that's just like, if you got 630, your opponent's got 620, you won the BAM on that board, you get a BAM point. So if you don't win the BAM, if you win the BAM, then great, then you win. If you don't win the BAM, then chat, you have a chance at voting to determine who wins this match to face off against Team Peter Hollins in their quarterfinal match. So, wow, that's how this whole thing works. It created a lot of suspense for us earlier this morning.
Yeah, you might think that won't happen, but it's already happened.
It's already happened twice.
The knockout.
We had one that was determined by the beer card, and we had one that was determined by a 2-board addendum. So, yeah, right now the players are playing. I don't believe that the view graph is up just yet. So we're going to be getting in there, but I can already see the players have started playing, and I'm checking for all the beer cards. So somebody else is going to be driving. We have William Jenner here, who is going to be sharing their screen and also giving commentary along with Drew Cavalier, who was here earlier. We need to give him support, get him streaming some. We've got John Stell here, who was playing in an earlier match, team of John Stell Bridge Lesson, if you didn't figure that out already. He's been commentating with us throughout the tournament, which has been a lot of fun. And we've also, of course, got William Jenner O'Shea here, who was a part of the legendary V8 Mama team back in the day. And we are, look at that beautiful hat. And we're very excited to have all of them here to give their thoughts. I'm going to be mostly quiet because I'm going to be paying attention to the match live time so that I can deal with director calls and updates and things. So, yeah, that's what's up. Hope it's exciting. Let's see if we can get something determined by chat vote even.
I thought your name was William Jenner. Oh, too many surnames.
Yeah, but I shortened it.
Okay, all right, you got it. That's what someone called him in Gold Coast, and now I can't unsee it, as they say. Too many punctuation marks.
A lot of punctuation. It's the punctuation that will get you.
For one name. Yeah, right.
So, John, your match was decided, is that right, after 10 boards, and then 2 more boards, and then 2 more boards, it was still within the tie zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
still,
then it went to a countback of
less
beer
than
cards.
7, so it could have actually gone to 6 if my partner made an extra trick. He should have actually made an extra trick, so it should have been even worse in the battle where we would have won by 6 and then lose by the beer card. So if it had got the last, which was quite easy in fairness to do, he should have just cashed his ace of spades or something, and the queen of spades falls, but because the Queen of Hearts fell under the Ace King, and he played another heart, which is always going to get rough. So I didn't quite understand his play on that, but would have still lost the match. But it would just been funnier.
Absolutely.
If we'd have lost by 6 imps, sorry, if we'd have won by 6 imps and then lose the beer card, it'd have
right.
even been.
Were there any beer
tighter.
cards that you could have tied the match on beer cards?
I think I had a chance of a beer card, and I know Milan had a chance of a beer card. I think I thought about it for a while. There was a hand where I was missing like ace queen of spades, and I think I've got to not throw a spade from dummy. What was it, about hand 6 or something? Let me have a look at it.
We could be the beer card judges, scissors.
Absolutely.
It was a hand. It was four spades, I think, wasn't it?
I don't remember the hand because I only saw part of the match earlier.
I think the match hasn't come up yet. So it says here, board 6, there's someone's drawn a little beer card icon on the score sheet, which is excellent. So 3-0 Trump's making, at this table, north-south, Balt Talk by the looks.
3-0 Trump. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Was it
was there a
3-0
possibility at the other table?
Well, it sounds like there's a beer card.
Let me have a look at it. Just 1 second. Yeah, it was 6. 3-0 Trumps was a beer card. I thought about it, and I could have got it. I was in sort of preparation. I got out to the last 3, but what I've got to do is not throw a spade away from dummy at one point, and I've got to throw a club away. And I was thinking about, does East West have ace queen? How are the spades splitting exactly? So if I can work it around to get a beer card on that. I'm pretty sure. But I was kind of just glad to make the contract.
The trick to the beer cards is running your trumps and unblocking your diamonds is one, and also ducking early and often. You got to make a lot of ducks. Scary ducks.
In squeeze parlance, it's called rectifying the count. But the same applies in beer card technique.
Yeah, rectify the count.
On this little play here, we've got, this is the table where it was made Balt Talk was sitting north. His 8 of spades actually became another stopper. And so I clicked through some tricks, but at this point he's got a spade stopper, a couple of hearts, a club, and he played some diamonds earlier to work out they were splitting, but has kept the king. And because he knows they're 3-2, he can put the 9 under the king, and then the 7 will win over the 5 at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
What happened at the other table, though? This is the one that This is determining if John had a chance.
Yeah.
So-
So if you play this one out, I've
have a
got
look.
the
Three no
Jack of
trump.
Hearts lead. Okay.
Yeah.
Which I ducked.
Seems reasonable. It was
Good
played
start.
the other way round is one small factor. The others received a spade lead.
Okay. And
Which you
now I
won.
played the Ace of Diamonds.
Yeah.
I ducked a diamond.
Excellent technique. Once neither queen nor jack drops on the first round, there's always going
Yeah,
to be a
exactly.
loser.
Yeah. So,
So,
yeah.
Now
You
the
get another
diamonds
heart
are
back here, go king. And here's my mistake. If you rewind it there, I shouldn't throw a spade away there. So at this point, I've got to keep the spade rather than the five. I've got to throw away the two of clubs, I think. So I don't know if you can change that to the two of spades.
Let me have a look here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Go back one, and then just put the two of spades on it. Oh, sorry, two of clubs, I mean. That's what I meant to say. Right, okay. So now play a club to the ace. And then the jack of spades. I think this is what I was going to play. I guess they
Yeah.
go low. Maybe. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, if they
Your
duck,
intermediate
isn't
spades are just good enough that whatever happens in spades, this jack 10-8 is going to form a trick, even if the ace and queen are offside.
Just play it out. How does it go, though? It
what
does
if
make,
just-
doesn't it?
What if it goes
But
low
the 9 of hearts is set up also.
and then it goes king?
No, I'm going to go low here.
You're
I've
gonna go
decided
low,
If you
to
go
okay.
if you go low, then
And
you
then
don't think you
spade.
can get it.
Now another spade.
Ace, I guess.
I'm screwed, aren't I? I can't make it then.
Yeah, there's nothing you can. Well, you can exit a heart.
If they cash a spade, you're okay. If
Oh.
they play a club back,
You
you
can
can win.
You can exit a heart.
And it says East West have 3 tricks here.
Yeah.
If you were to lose a heart and a spade,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
look rather foolish. But we can see that it would actually work to exit a heart because this person over here wins.
Right, you
They're
pitch
out
a
of spades.
spade.
You can throw away your spade stoppers, and then they have to play back to you.
Yeah.
I've risked the occasional contract for a beer card,
Wow.
but maybe not in a high stakes.
This
Right.
knockout
I'm
final.
not sure I would have found
this
that
is
one either.
definitely
I wouldn't
a
have found
hard
that
beer
one.
card.
I
That
wouldn't
is a
have found that
very,
one.
very difficult beer card to find.
If they had cashed the Queen of Spades at that point, though, which is sort of maybe not
Mm-hmm.
unreasonable, they would have given it to you. So depends what they would have played as well. If their goal was to beat the contract, though, cashing the Queen of Spades would give you a trick. So they probably wouldn't have done that. It looked like you were desperate for tricks because you're sort of, you were playing on a fragile suit.
Yeah. Okay, View
Yeah, the
graph
heart
should
lead
be
makes
up
it
at
sketchy.
this point. So
Yeah.
let's get over there.
Have we got a choice of tables?
If I were to choose a table at this moment, I would choose the table with Rgoss at it. Rgossio, yeah.
Ooh.
So the match
Ooh,
looks like it's
interesting.
been-
Okay.
We've got
Rick
some
has
action to
a-
start with.
Oh wait, no, this is
It's
it's
just
the
down
it's,
one,
it's
yeah.
the oh yeah, start here.
I'm
The
sorry.
big thing to look at, if you look at the results at the other table and play that out, we already have a beer card.
Oh, an action board to begin with. So it looks like South started with 6-5. I'll make the history tab a little bigger while the current play is going on. And not a good hand. They competed to 2 spades.
Oh man, at the other table he opened 3 spades. You love to see it. You want a spade lead, right?
3 spades
What
is
about-
a frisky bid.
What am I? 9. I appreciate that. I mean, you know, what if you do maybe like a two diamonds instead? That'll
It was
really.
third seat. You can sort of do what you want in third seat. And with 7 high card points, you do suspect the opponents are going to be doing something.
Yeah,
It's slightly
one of the-
unlucky that it went 3 spades, pass, and the passed hand could find a takeout double. That doesn't always happen.
This is an interesting. We should poll this. What would you do in third seat with this hand, chat? This is kind of a
Moving
you
on
could
to-
do anything here.
Exactly. And anything could work or not.
Right.
I think there's a slam alert here on this board. Although maybe not.
Yeah, you got to pick up the diamonds.
You might have to play spades from west to prevent south from leading a diamond and giving their mate a rough at trick 1.
Giving their mate, is that their partner?
Yes, their mate. Give their mate a rough.
In Australia,
I'll
everyone's your
translate for
mate, but
you.
in this case,
Okay.
south happens to be giving north a rough.
Got it.
But yeah, because the diamonds happen to be split poorly but on side, you can conceivably play this diamond suit without losing one, which is at some point lead the jack, say, queen, ace, then get back, and then finesse against the 10.
Leading
Just
the
losing
jack
a
is, I mean,
Well,
You're not
if
doing
you
that.
were, if they
You
were
could
in
run the
six,
5 if it went 5, 2, 4. I mean, you can do anything here.
if they were in 6, would North find the double and South find the lead?
now we really do have a beer card potential on this one,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely beer card here. There is a chance, depending on how the play goes, that because the spades are 3-1, if 3 rounds of spades get drawn, there's no real entry to the west hand. And so what East might do is duck a diamond. I mean, if diamonds split 2-2, you have all the tricks. But if they split 3-1, you may not have all the tricks. So they might duck a diamond. And if they accidentally duck a diamond with the 8 or the 9, that might be called winning all the diamonds.
Can't you just play a diamond to the ace and then the 9 of diamonds off the table?
You can. That will cost you a trick. Apparently, an imp can matter in these matches. John Still has told me.
Hold on. But what do you always got to lose a diamond, right? Once you see the break is bad.
Not if you were in hand near the end and played small 9.
Okay, that might cost an imp, and imps matter.
Oh, it could, but today it doesn't. It gains an imp.
Okay, right. It works on this hand. Okay, got it.
I don't think you're ever playing a small diamond to the 9 or something.
No,
whenever you
neither
play
do
the
I.
trumps.
But I'm an optimistic declarer.
I still think you can still pick up the beer. Okay? I mean, once you cleared the trumps, you just play a diamond to the ace. You play a diamond back to the jack.
Well, now you.
But
make
then
six.
South, can South duck that
Wait, no,
you
you
play-
don't make six.
in defense? Because then you got Queen 10 and you've screwed up the. Yeah, so South can actually.
South can stop the beer at the cost of a trick. Now that's an interesting tactical decision that would only really occur in Bridge Brawl.
Yes.
On this hand, though, you're not doing that. You're just making 6 because they led the ace king of clubs. You're gonna rough a heart, club pitch a diamond. How do you get off dummy though?
I think
You might have needed to conserve that second spade.
It's been proven that beer cards can win matches. Now that might mean that you don't rough a heart because you might want to make a beer card instead.
Well, you're cold for 6 if you just rough a heart.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants his beer card. I can't blame him.
The beer card won a match earlier, so
Whoa, jack of diamonds.
now unfortunately hasn't drawn all the trumps. So
What?
That is a weird line.
Well, now he's got a beer card.
Yeah, he's going for the beer card clearly there.
Nice play, Ching. I respect it.
But doesn't is South not going up? Hold on, you can double finesse it, can't you though? Hold on. No, if you duck, so South again has got to play the 6. Only you've got the 10 of spades, haven't you? Or is it? No, hold
No,
on.
you play a diamond. They split ace.
No.
spade back.
They don't go up with a 10. They just play the 6 now.
yeah, then you would win the 9. You could rough a club to hand if you didn't have a spade to get back. But you have
now
to
you
play
cash
3
all
rounds
your
of
winners.
spades.
But
Oh yeah, you can make it.
you
Can't
play the
Made it,
6
yeah.
out of your hand, don't you? You don't want them to score the beer card. Did he get rid of?
No, he's got the beer card definitely.
No, he
No.
doesn't. ATC's right. In the 2-card ending, South can keep the queen till trick 13.
Oh, now he's got it.
Not anymore. Rgoss is a generous beer card.
Rgoss could have
benefactor.
blocked the beer card.
Yeah.
I think that he was. I think he was trying. Well, I mean, Rgoss has the count. He should know, I guess.
Well, I mean, there's layers, right? It's like a chocolate cake or an onion.
Yeah.
There's making the
Oh, look.
contract. There's making as many
Ace of
tricks as
diamonds
possible.
pitch. I love the technique. Good job. Good job.
Cheers.
Beer. Even though this is not beer. But cheers. Good job.
Now, there was a 12th trick available, so it's an interesting trade-off, beer card versus imp.
I'm wondering if there's a 2 bites of the apple on that hand. That's an interesting beer card hand for sure.
Yeah.
Rgoss says, "Oh, I forgot about the beer card. LMAO. Sorry. Yeah, I mean he could have blocked it if he keeps the 6. Now it's a beer card blocker."
Yep.
Okay, so that's a beer card for Team Bridgeoverlord. Again.
Yeah.
Is that taking them up to 2 beer cards?
Now
instead
they're
of
at
5?
2 beer
Because-
cards. This is the beer card astronomical level that we haven't seen before.
Now, if no more imps trade boards for the next 12 boards, it will come down to beer cards, I believe.
Correct. So Rgoss does
The
not want to go to
6-0
tie
lead.
breaks. Rgoss wants to win immediately
Yeah.
at this moment. Because catching up to 2 beer cards is very difficult to do.
So it looks like a third in, we got a third in hand bid here.
It is well known that in third seat you need 13 cards to open the bidding. So North appears to have 13 cards, and a diamond is a choice.
Personally,
it is 11 points.
I wouldn't
Some
bid that
people-
because I don't necessarily want a diamond lead. I like to do bid a third in hand bid when it indicates the lead. So if I've got something like King Queen 10 or something like that, I'm more likely to bid. I personally don't like these kind of.
Yeah, we'll
bids,
probably
but-
pass here.
Would you have opened though, John, if the Jack of Hearts was the Queen of Hearts? Now you have a legitimate 12-point hand.
Yeah, I'm opening with a legit hand, but this is awful. It's 4-3-3-3.
It's pretty trashy.
And I don't necessarily want a diamond lead.
It is bad, but it is only sort of a point away from an opening bid if you open all 12s.
Yeah, it's
I
a
do.
horrible opening lead though. I mean, horrible opening bid. It's 4-3-3-3, no aces. It's got no 10s. It's absolute trash.
We call
And
it
I don't
piece
even
of
want a
cheese.
diamond lead, maybe.
Did you say cheese, ATC?
It's a piece of cheese, yes.
That seems like a fairly unfair description because I really like cheese. Cheese is wonderful.
Cheese is really good.
I love cheese.
Well,
Okay, so where are we at? 1 diamond, double, 1 spade.
so wait, what does 2 power doubles mean and 2 hearts? What does that mean?
I reckon it means sort of 20-ish with a 5-card suit. You wouldn't bid a 4-card suit here. And the first double 12, the second double sort of 16 or so, but inappropriate for a bid the previous time. So I reckon about what they've shown.
Wow. But wouldn't you just bid 2
Non-forcing.
hearts over 1 in?
Yeah, I
wouldn't
was thinking
open no
exactly
trump.
the same there, Drew, because now it looks like you could be, I don't know, could you be 6-4 or something weird?
It could be a double. It could just be a penalty double. He's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
thinking he
I reckon with a 6-card suit, I'd be more inclined to bid it the previous round is the key. I reckon
Yeah, but
double
if you've
then
got a
double
20
is better.
count, if you've got a 20 count, you're not gonna you've got a double first, haven't you, to show your
But
massive
now,
hand.
Scissors, imagine it goes 2 spades by south, pass back to you. Well, I mean, you got to bid 3 hearts now. I don't love that.
With my 6-card suit, I would be more inclined to bid at the previous round because I wanted to find a fit. With a strong balanced hand, I'm happy to double and sell out.
That's fair.
and
Now that's
or
a fair
double and double.
argument. That's fair argument. I agree. If it goes 2 spades,
Yeah.
pass back to you, what are you going to double again now? Or are you going to bid 3 hearts now?
There are some 20 counts that I double twice or 3 times, and the opponent's bid 3 times, and I give up. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Partner will never bring the remaining 6 or 7 points I need.
No.
So the
Partner
balanced
VR,
20
bro.
count can work out to chuck it away, but the 6-card suit has to bid at some point.
So here's my problem with potentially that opening lead of a diamond now. It's that they're now getting rid of the spades on the 3rd diamond. Because like you didn't want necessarily a diamond lead. A spade lead would have been much better. They could have got the 2 spade tricks in this contract, and now they're only going to get 1. Heart back. Round to the queen, spade to the ace, and a spade rough. And so this is kind of proving my point that you shouldn't have opened a diamond with that hand.
Yeah, no. At the other table, they did not get the beer card.
None of my partners leave my suits, John. So I open maybe worse suits than you. My partners have seen my suits. That's why they don't leave them.
This is my team. This is my team. They never have the suit they bid.
So here's another chance of playing a club back rather than the spade. And then you could have got a trump promotion.
Yeah, he's taking 10 tricks here, but was it because hearts were 3-3? I wasn't paying much. Or did they play a diamond at trick 1, king of diamonds at trick 1 or something?
Yeah.
Diamond at trick 1.
Yes, if they don't, you just win the queen of diamonds, heart to the queen, diamond hook, and then same thing, yeah?
But you can't get a spade.
Only 9 tricks, isn't it?
You
You
can't
can't
get the
finish
spade.
the diamond twice, so you don't get the pitch.
Ah, you can finesse the diamond twice, but you can't draw. You can't do everything. I don't.
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
You don't
the
get the
diamond league
spade
gave them tempo.
Yeah. So if you play a heart to the queen, take your diamond finesse, take your spade pitch, now they can just put another heart on the table.
So this
when they
looks
get
like
in.
potentially another double because you've got a, what is it, a 19 count? Double
you
and then
duck
there's no
spade.
trumps.
You duck a spade at trick 2. That's what you do. Duck a spade at trick 2. Win the queen of diamonds, low spade. But then they might find a club rough. Interesting hand.
In 5-2 fits, getting roughed once isn't often the end of the world. So it looks like East-West are playing
I know.
transfers over a major double, or maybe some sort of Drury style, where they have 2 ways to raise hearts after a third seat opening, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I like this system. So here, if you want to make a positive raising hearts for West, I'm guessing the bid is 2 diamonds.
They might be playing Drury, though, where 2 clubs is still just the good hand and 2 hearts is the worst hand. Some people play Drury through the double, some play transfers through the double.
Mm-hmm.
This is another good question on what you just double again.
I was going to say there's some system coming up here in an undiscussed spot. North tried 3 diamonds, and my brain started racing about what this could be, some sort of fancy system.
What is 3 hearts?
Transfer to spades, I guess. Looking at their hand.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like the pass here shows less than 3 spades, maybe, similar to a statement. So North is now redoubling to say, partner, complete the transfer, please. And they are doing.
I'm not sure I would read this as a transfer. I had no idea.
Yeah. That often after a double, then no trump entering the auction, you don't want to play system because partner often has a Yarborough with a bunch of clubs. They want to be able to bid 2 clubs as natural 5 cards that go away. Obviously, when it's a queue of the opponent suit, it's something because it's forcing, but maybe it isn't a transfer.
I mean, I would have just bid 3 no and like would be down a bajillion. But I guess they've talked about this before, so good on them.
Well, they had 3 hearts undiscussed is obviously a way forwards.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I got hard stopped. I've already shown a hard stopper when I bid 2 no.
There's a chance that North was intending to get to 3 spades, not get to game. And so I guess transfers can solve that problem.
Doesn't it feel kind of like Stamen a little bit?
It does, yeah. I think 3 clubs shouldn't be Stamen. 3 clubs should be like this sort of exact hand, a 5-card suit with no points, where you want to rescue from the no trumps and play in your suit.
I think 3 hearts should be Stamen.
It probably should.
I'm looking for a 4-4 spade fit. If I've got 5 of them and I can bid 3 spades or 4 spades.
Yeah, and steal partners 20 count again.
Well, I want to find the right game. I mean, I can't do everything. I want to play a 4-4 spade fit. If I want to play a 5-3 spade fit, this is what I do. This is how I bid it. It's like Lebensol a little bit.
The other table, I've opened up in the tiny history down the bottom right there. It went 1 heart double, 2 hearts, and North voluntarily bid 2 spades over 2 hearts. They have a point, I guess. I can see their point. And then South bid 2-no, which I imagine was intended as forcing once partner made a free bid, and North said, "No, we've said enough," and they passed.
When you say you can see their point, do you mean their 1 point hand?
Yeah, I can see their point. They have a jack.
Okay, well they do. Okay. I don't know if you did that on purpose. I'm figuring you did.
Scissors always does that with purpose.
Okay, I haven't heard him do that one before.
That's close.
I might not have found a free bid there with a 1 count.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd have come up with that bid of 2 spades with 5 to the jack. Vulnerable anyway.
Get in there, as they would say.
As they would
The
say.
vulnerability does only really affect the scoring, not the bidding. So
Yeah, no, I have heard him say that one before. Diamond, 3 diamonds, 4 diamonds.
there is a chance here of a beer card. North has
Oh, sorry,
4, including the 7, and the suit splits 4-3-3 around the table. So the 7 could be the sole remaining
Whoa.
diamond.
Well, here's a chance for could have ducked that around to the 10.
Yeah, could have taken the double diamond finesse and then
Good luck making the contract, though.
made a stack. The problem is the spades are a bit poor here.
Actually, if you duck that to the 10, right? Diamond hook, spade, you do make it, yeah?
Yeah,
No,
you
you
gotta
gotta
be
lose
I
right.
think they can win the king of spades, and although the 10 is in a finessable position, don't think you can quite run a sort of trump coup or something to catch the 10.
Well, you can't do it. You can't do a trump coup and a beer card. You can write that one down.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that now Scissors has a challenge.
Yeah, right.
Scissors
Yeah,
is
find
gonna
a
find
hand where you trump coup and score the beer card.
Okay.
He's gonna
Well, if
come
it's
up with
just,
something.
If it's just winning with a 7 of diamonds, can you win? No. I don't know. Can
No.
you do that? No. Or can you?
It's it's your homework. They're mutually exclusive.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Trump coup with a beer card.
I got some homework now.
You got homework. Yeah.
Yeah. Pseudo Trump coup.
But that's not a Trump coup, is it?
Oh, by definition, it's not.
What about, here we go. What about in a 4-card ending
Oh.
where you have the ace queen of trumps sitting over the king and the 2. So that's the uncatchable trump.
Yeah.
And dummy has the ace and king of hearts. And in your hand, you have a heart and a diamond. And you lead the ace of hearts. And the defender realizes that they're going to get trump couped, if not on this trick, the next. And so they rough the first round of hearts because they don't know who's got the 13th card in their hand.
I see. A pseudo Trump coup, then.
Well, it is a trump coup in the sense that you have to use the technique of leading a non-trump through a person with an uncatchable trump. But they weren't, they don't know who's got the 7 of diamonds or the 8 of diamonds. And
So
have to rough the heart, because if they don't, you take a pitch and you play another one, you take a pitch, and they get trump coup at trick 12.
That is a scenario.
Is the homework complete? Get rid of that T.
But it's not a true Trump coup. So I'll give you 50% on that.
50%. That's still an F, Drew.
It is a scenario where you do.
Oh, look.
you-
You're throwing a beer card away, guys.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, this is not quite the situation. If he had winning hearts here instead of not winning hearts, he could have run my exact play. If he could have run 2 high hearts here, then West could have roughed in. Trump coups are a tricky thing. North actually had one too many trumps for it to operate anyway. For a trump coup to operate, what you need is to have the same amount of trumps as the
Ooh,
opponent.
this
Hold
is
on to
gonna
your
be
horses
fun.
with this board.
You have 10 diamonds and no 7.
It's so
You
sad.
have 10 diamonds, and allegedly the ability to make 5 diamonds doubled at the other table. They did have a heart finesse and a club king jack guess. They may not have bid 5 diamonds to make. We'll see.
Let's see. How do you make it? Do you?
So Bridgeoverlord's taking a bit of a lead in this match. So
We're
Oh,
in the territory of winning the match as well. We have to win this match or lose by 7 imps or more.
I saw this auction at the other table, and I thought, wow, 5 diamonds is a lot. Maybe I
Your at
was.
the other table is not afraid of bidding, I must say.
Yeah. Clearly. No agreement, but assume weak. Yeah. You always got to be careful doing this, like, with an ace.
oh, you are vulnerable, aren't you? So against not. So how weak is 3 diamonds really going to be?
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
mixed-ish.
Sometimes it's about the nature of the hand. I'm not a big fan of having a balanced hand with some defense with this sort of bid. So it's a combo of things.
Well, he's bid it.
The thing is like, okay, you want your partner to bid. If you do this, a minor past 3
Whoa.
minor.
Well, we're not going to get the same score. So
Jeez.
5 spades.
Here we go. If you do this minor past 3 minor thing, you need to think, okay, if my partner has 18 and 19 balanced, do I want them bidding 3 no trump? Because that's what comes up a lot.
Oh, redouble? What?
Whoa.
No way.
Redouble is a bold choice.
You are kidding me. No
That's
way.
600 points versus 750. This is going to be a cool push. Not push. What?
Well, Australian push.
Lose.
4.
4, yeah. Down 2 is 600. Down 3 is 1,000. It starts to get expensive after that.
After 1,000, it's expensive.
Well, why did he redouble there? Can someone explain that one to me?
So 1,000 is 250.
Scary.
Is 6.
Scare your opponents.
In a lower level auction, occasionally you can run a sort of mixed strategy redouble where, of course, if you make it, you get a bigger score. But also, if you redouble, you might scare the opponents into bidding again. That doesn't usually happen, though, where they have to bid to 6 diamonds. But for example, if you're in 3 hearts and you redouble, the opponents might get scared and then run to spades, which maybe you would prefer. I don't really understand it here, though.
Yeah, he's got a stiff, an ace, and 4 trumps. I mean, his partner did bid 3 spades, like.
Which I reckon has to be a fairly wide-ranging action if the auction starts a diamond, 3 diamonds to you, and it's your go. You could have a balanced 14 count, you could have a shapely 17 count, you could have all sorts of things in between.
Yeah. Against a preempt, you can have, like you say, you can have all sorts. So it's much more wide ranging here. I just think, I think the redouble. I don't agree with that. I couldn't bring myself to redouble with that kind of hand.
I mean, yeah, especially you have a stiff diamond, right? Like, do you think how many diamonds is your partner roughing? Probably 2, probably 1, maybe 2. 2 on a good day. 1 on a bad day. None on a really bad day. You know, if the opponents have found a 10-card fit, don't start. Think when you have a singleton or a void, think how many of this suit is my partner actually roughing? You should always ask yourself that. How useful is this?
The other thing I think is North's bid 5 diamonds to make. So they're going to clearly have some values elsewhere.
But how did they make it? I'm kind of curious. Would they lead? Spade lead, ace.
I feel like a club can be established to pitch a heart, and
it can.
That way you have time to pitch the heart away.
Well, can't you just lose a heart and a club?
Oh yeah,
anyway?
yeah. You pitch your heart. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might lose 2 clubs, but you might Yeah, you might have to pitch a heart depending how things go.
But it's specifically you need the 10 of clubs to fall, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, but you don't need it. You don't need it. You're making, aren't you making? You only need you lose a
If you
heart, you
get the
lose
clubs
club.
right,
Yeah, you got to get the clubs right, obviously. Yeah.
yeah, but you can afford to get them wrong and pitch a heart.
Yeah, I agree. You can make an over trick.
yeah, you only have 2 losers.
You can make an over trick. Yeah, But
I
if you,
see.
The North has just let a club here, which is sort of going to maybe cost them something. But they didn't want to lead a heart either, and they maybe didn't know that they could lead a diamond.
well, I mean, on the King of Diamonds, South should have given good correct count there. And North should have been able to lead the Ace of Diamonds pretty safely.
Yeah.
I mean, South played. I mean, I don't know what they're playing. Are they playing upside down count and attitude or what?
I'm not sure.
You think they would have got it right? So I think they're probably just playing standard count, I guess.
Why didn't he make 6 now? Should have made 6 diamonds.
If you get the clubs right.
He did get the clubs right.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you can make an over trick then.
I'm sitting here thinking he barely making 5.
Yeah.
He's 0 for 6 with the
Yeah, you're right. It is.
Club
It is.
comes
If
down.
he gets the club right.
Yeah. Perhaps, Kai, in a future iteration of Bridge Bowl, you could have the teams nominate their system card. Maybe not in full detail because there's a bunch of nonsense on system cards, but a broad opening and card play summary. Just a few lines.
We actually sent our Chris system cards to Chris for our match, and they sent us ours, so we had full system cards and everything. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was good. We could barely get full rosters from teams, so getting system cards was seemed ambitious.
This is the most exciting 4 imps so far of this tournament.
Yep.
Well, we need.
How would that score have gone if there wasn't a redouble? It would have been
300.
300 points.
Yeah, versus 750, 450 for 10. So it cost him 4 imps.
That's the best Australian push I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's an Australian push.
When Kai and ATC mention Australian pushes, we don't really worry about the small scores in Australia. If it's like 4 imps, it's like, whatever. That doesn't count.
Right, that's a push.
Whatever. Nothing interesting happened.
I don't think we had a score over 10 on our match. I can't remember them.
Yeah, boring.
Yeah, it was a very boring match. Ours, yeah, very deadly dull. So here, when I open a club, a heart, and bid a spade, I'm shown like a unbalanced hand here. If I bid a spade, and it looks like they're probably doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I'm going to bid a no trump.
Outside of America, and Americans have a mixed approach to whether they bid a spade or a no trump on their rebid with the balanced hand with 4 spades.
Yeah, I can't stand it when you open a 2-card club suit and then you bid a 1 spade with 4 spades and you got 4 spades and 2 clubs in your hand. It just seems crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't think people do that. If they open the balanced club, they bid a no trump with all the like sort of weak no trumpish hands. This one obviously he's 5-4, so I think that's what it should promise. 5-4. Maybe if
I reckon
4-1-4-4. Well, no, then you'd open a diamond.
I reckon here, East West are playing something that Americans call XYZ.
And the Australians call 6-way check back.
Well, eight-way check. We've got some.
Oh, you're up to 8 now.
I've 8 ways that you check back.
But after a thingy, a no trump, I like playing sort of 2-way check back where you can bid clubs and diamonds, and one's an invite, one's a game force, and all sorts. I actually don't recommend that you play it after a club, a heart, a spade, if the club and a spade showed an unbalanced hand. Because on this hand, what West sort of wanted to do was go back to clubs. And that's frequently the benefit of being able to show 5 clubs and 4 spades is you can go back to clubs. But using 9-way check back, you have to do what West did here, which is West had to go 2 no trumps, forcing the bidding back to clubs, and then they ended up in 3 clubs.
Yeah.
Over the unbalanced sequence, I actually quite like not playing 9-way check back and just being able to bid 2 clubs. You do have 4th suit, which is a legitimate 4th suit for your game forces, and your invites, you can deal with them however you want. So I actually don't recommend X, Y, Z after a bid if that's an unbalanced hand. So I only really play it after.
What would happen on this bidding sequence if East had like an 18 count and West had like a 5 count or something like that? So if it went to...
The 18 count may not have been 1
yeah.
spade, but let's say 17 or something. I guess it would have gone the same way. Maybe East, although it says forces, maybe East is allowed to break it on exceptions. If I had a 5-4-3-1 with 3 in partner's suit, I'd probably break it and bid 3 of their suit instead and go, let's keep going.
And if you had 1 in their suit and 3, an 8 and a 17 count?
I would just do what I was told and bid clubs. And the awkward thing in all sort of standard systems is a suit and then a suit rebid. The range of that is quite high. So, yeah, responder has to respect
I play 1 club, 1 heart, 1 spade here. I could potentially still have a 19 count that I just didn't really fancy. You know, you have some weak queens and stuff like that. You know, I could be up to 19 points here even.
Yeah. Do you play a club of heart 2 spades is natural and forcing though, or do you play 1 spade is forcing?
I played it as very encouraging, let's put it like that. So I could still have like an 18-19 basically after 1 club, 1 heart, 1 spade by me.
Yeah.
2 spades would be game force, obviously.
Yeah.
1 club, 1 heart, 2 spades. I'm now showing like a very good 19 count, 20 count sort of thing, 21 count even.
Transfers over a club fix a lot of this too.
It does, but if you had this auction via transfers, though, if East-West were playing transfers and the auction went a club,
diamond,
a diamond showing hearts, a spade, unbalanced,
the same,
and they were still playing X, Y, Z, then they would have had to still transfer to the 3 level. So yeah, if your rebid is unbalanced, a club of spade is unbalanced, I recommend not playing any sort of check back 2-way or 9-way there. Because you want to just get to 2 clubs, and that's the beauty of knowing that you have clubs.
Yeah, knowing you have 5 of them.
So yeah, I do play X, Y, Z, but only if Z is a no trump.
But commonly,
really
the responder wants to pull it back to clubs. They're the one with clubs.
Yeah, but if opener has 5, then the chances of wanting to go back to clubs is much higher if responder has 3 or 4 or whatever.
True. That's true. Yeah.
I do play the system here though, that after a thingy no trump rebid, because 2 clubs and 2 diamonds handle invites and game forces, including invites. 2 no trumps I do like to play as a transfer or a puppet back to clubs.
Yeah, I play that the same thing.
Yeah. Happens very rarely though when opener is balanced and hasn't really shown clubs. But it's a bid that we have, which is why we play 10-way check back. We have a lot of ways to check back.
Right, of course. Is there anything on the play here? Because we've been talking a lot about 2-way check back.
Well, actually, I've got a video on it, but also I've got some hands. If anyone wants to practice 2-way check back, hold on a second. I don't know if that comes up. Does that come up in the chat? I don't know if links come up in the chat, Kai.
And for those people out there wondering the difference between X, Y, Z and 2-way check back,
it will if I send it.
Right. Yeah. You send it then.
The only difference is the 3rd bid of the auction. In XYZ, the 3rd bid can be anything. In 2-way check back, the 3rd bid has to be 1 no.
Yeah, it has to go 1 X, 1 Y, 1 no trump.
Yeah.
So if anyone, Kai's going to put up a link. If you want to go to my website, and I only put this up only like a couple of days ago when I was practicing. I was using these hands to practice with Craig, and I don't think it came up actually 2-way check back. But so if anyone wants to practice that, if you've got a partner, you can play 16 boards, two-way check back. I've got a video somewhere on it. I've got a couple of videos actually on it.
Yeah, so it would have, if 5 diamonds had gone undoubled at the other table, that would have actually, it should be 620, I guess, technically. But, is he making this? Let me, no, he's got to lose a spade, yeah. So one, oh no. He is making it. He loses a spade.
I think he's making, yeah. He's going to
In fact, his hearts
all
are
the clubs
good.
and the ace and the queen of spades.
So he
for
doesn't
the
even have to
heart.
lose a spade. Just push. I really wasn't paying attention to the play.
Over tricky. And...
Yeah. Well, so what, with 4 boards to play, they need to get to 12 or 13? Is it 6 or less than 6?
I believe 6 is
less than 7.
Ah, okay, so 6 is a tie. Okay, so they need 12 imps, 4 boards. The BAM is obviously going, if we get to that point. Or
the beer cards, I believe, are a tiebreaker.
Yeah, oh yeah, the beer cards count. How many beer cards are we at? 2-0, right?
I think the East-West Bridgeoverlord team is on 2, as far as I know.
Yeah, okay. They're right.
I think Kai's only job here is counting beer cards, so he'll have a little tally.
I do have a tally.
I would bid 4 hearts with the south hand and just close my eyes.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll just do a lot. It works a lot on these auctions.
If I was West and you closed your eyes and bid 4 hearts, I might consider doubling you.
Do it.
But if you bid 4 hearts confidently, I wouldn't double you. So
double me. Then I will finesse you for the queen of hearts. I'll play a 6 of hearts, and you will duck it.
I might, but I'll lead my club and get a rough, and then lead a spade and get a rough.
Oh, I see. You won't have any trumps left because you've gotten a bunch of roughs. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So
I'm not selling here. 4 spades, does it just make 1, 2?
The other table got to 4 spades, got doubled and went down.
4.
They do have a couple of diamond losers. Sadly for them, beer card is potential after that though. A heart loser, and because of this split in spades, a spade loser. So 4 spades probably goes down. Hearts probably goes down with some roughs, and also a bunch of aces.
Yeah, just lose 1 in every trick, don't you? In 4 hearts.
Yeah, how'd they go down 2?
Something happened where they ran out of trump, and they were unable to set up a diamond trick.
Yeah, okay. So the last round of diamonds for East-West should be a winner, but if you lose control, which happens sometimes, you might lose an extra club or heart.
It was a really, when I saw the table, it was at a very tough end position where Declare had to decide to cross trump to their heart's content, and they would get out for down 1, but it certainly was not easy.
It's interesting because when South switches to the king of diamonds, it's probably not a singleton, but it very well could be. So you might just put another diamond on the table and now you're safe. And North did not lead a diamond. They don't have a singleton.
So I think East-West have got a beer, haven't they? Yeah.
Yes. If they
They
don't
definitely
take
have
the
to
same line.
untangle slightly, but yeah. One thing that can be difficult in beer card technique is when the beer card is in the shorter trump hand, because you have to get all of the trumps out of the other hand first. But here, if you can establish the diamond, then run West out of trumps using a diamond as an entry, then you'll be okay.
So I think you can just rough a heart, play a spade back to the ace, and then rough another heart.
Well, they also didn't lead a club. I mean, you just don't get tapped out.
So spade back to the ace, another heart, rough.
140, a beer card versus 500. That's 640. That's a lot of imps.
Now just played a 10-9 of diamonds.
12.
Sounds like 12. Yeah, I know the numbers when they get to 10.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about
Yeah.
these twos and
Right,
fours.
right.
Excellent technique here, playing the 9 to the 8 of diamonds at the end, preserving the 5 to the 7.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is there any way they can thwart it? No.
There's no way to thwart it at this point.
Nearly. If North clung
Got
on
to
to the
remember to
Queen
play
of
the
Spades,
8s, and they have done.
yeah. North could have, on some layouts, clung on to the Queen of Spades. But here, because Declare had enough trumps, if necessary, they could always lead a spade, giving them their spade prematurely and getting
Nice.
So Bridge
12 imps and a beer card.
and a beer card. So Bridge Overlord now at 3
You know,
beer cards, which is the
We have
most
to
we've
play
seen.
this team, Scissors. It looks like. I don't know. I mean,
Depending on the result of this match. I think, Pete Holland's team is playing the winner of this match. Is that right?
That's correct. Pete
correct.
Hollins is playing the winner of this match.
Very exciting. And we have to have our beer card game on point because these guys are racking them up.
they're crushing it.
3 and 7 boards is an impressive beer card rate.
Yeah, really.
So the other table got to 3 no trumps. Going down. They've got 17 opposite 8.
Let's see. How did they go down?
There's beer card potential again. Are these boards rigged?
Wow.
Kai?
He opened the north hand 2-0 at the other table. Now that is excellent. I like this guy. Alec?
North likes to
Yeah,
beat
I quite like. I've opened 2 no trumps with a 6-card major before, and it's but I wouldn't on this hand.
I wouldn't either, but the fact that he did it, it impressed me.
Actually, would I do it?
But he played a spade to the 9 and it held, and I think that is not a good play because you need to be in your hand. Yeah, I guess he can play a diamond off dummy now, but no, I think you just need to play ace of spades, queen of spades.
As always, entries are one of the main issues. Would you accept South's invitation here? They opened, South accept the invitation here. North opened a spade and jumped to 3. You've got 8 points, but a singleton spade. Would you bid 3 no? Would you bid 4 spades? Would you pass?
That's a tough bid. At match points, I would pass. At imps, I would probably pass. I don't know. You might just, 3 no's reasonable.
But I don't always enjoy the outcome. I do play a lot of 3 no's 1 off and 4 spades 1 off on these auctions because
the thing is
you don't
sometimes
make them all.
I think North should bid 4 spades now. I mean, the spades are so good. Ace, queen, jack, 10, 6. I don't know.
The rest of the hand is a bit soft.
100 honors? Do they get their 100 honors points?
Not in no trumps, they don't.
Darn. Kai, do you know what 100 honors means?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't know if you were that young.
I played some rubber bridge when in my early
Fair enough.
bridge time.
So we duck. Well, now it's just way down. It's like.
Are there any rubber bridge clubs, Kai, or did you play just amongst people?
It was social bridge. I was not a rubber bridge club.
I do agree that opening 1 spade wrong sides is no trump. So he
opening 2 no.
He actually right-sided it, and I think he should make it. But I'm not sure. I mean, I'll say you don't. Okay, so the 9 of spades holds. The club loses, so Yeah, I mean, it's just too risky, isn't it? So then if you play a diamond off the table, well, that's also risky. There's no good. Yeah, I think you just need to play ace of spades, queen of spades. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 tricks. Right? You get 5 spades, 2 hearts is 7, ace of clubs, and a diamond is 8. Or sorry, 9.
Or a second club.
God's sake.
Depending how the
Yeah,
cards.
but they're gonna cash 2 hearts, a spade, a club, and a diamond. If
Yeah.
you play for the club hook.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And then-
if you
Did they get a heart lead around to the queen at trick
yeah,
1 in
yeah.
in
Now
3-0?
it's like you have 9 tricks now, and the timing to take them.
Yeah. So if you do lose a spade and they play a heart back, on a bad day, you could be exposed to losing too many heart tricks. But here, the hearts are actually 4-4, so you don't lose too many tricks.
Yeah, if you think. Now let's see. Hold on. If they, you do get to duck. You do get to duck 1 round.
Yeah. But then
They
you
leave
have
this-
to maybe take a club finesse or play a diamond into the hand that could cash out and defeat you.
Right. Yeah, they led the 6, which looks like 5 if you ask me. You're missing the 3 deuce. Yeah, he probably thought he probably thought hearts were 5, 3. So he plays ace of spades, spade.
Here, the spade finesse worked, but rather than let the 9 win, which was sort of the issue we're discussing on the table, they won in the north hand to continue playing spades. So now they're going to be able to go spade, 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 and clear the spades. But it looks like Declarer, who's lost 2 tricks already, is going to lose 2 hearts, and then likely the ace of diamonds.
Yeah, I just don't see how.
The difference, I guess, in part was which way round was Declarer.
Right.
The Queen X was better in Declarer's hand. The Queen X of hearts was a better holding in Declarer's hand because they could play last and score their queen regardless of who had the king and so on.
Queen and 1, queen and 1. You want that lead coming to you. Queen and 1, ace, queen, 10. You want that lead coming to you. Now, he did open with a 17 count. So you are maybe a little bit light on the high card points, but yeah, I don't know. Like what?
So West here has the setting trick. They'll probably plonk down the ace of diamonds. I think it's called the setting trick or something. You take it when you have it.
Something like that.
It's a good strategy when you're playing imps, but who knows if it's when you have a good strategy when you're playing beer card and BAM tie breaks.
We call it the gosh darn setting trick. Scissors.
Yeah,
Cash
that's
your
the one.
gosh darn setting trick.
Australians don't use the word gosh darn, so I couldn't remember.
The word gosh darn.
I know. You take the gosh darn setting trick.
I just wondering if you know through a spade there on the ace of diamonds, or I've had queen X of diamonds. I wonder if they had a squeeze on against East.
Let's check. Let's check the tapes. 2 queen.
I mean, it's a crazy play, but
Isaac is saying gosh darn is 2 words. What do you say to that?
I didn't know that. We don't use those 2 words in Australia.
assuming West would carry on playing diamond.
I blush.
I mean,
I would blush to know what they say in.
So North South are going to make a lot of tricks on this hand if they end up somewhere.
What
Maybe
card
not
did you
quite
not
North
like
for this
that
land.
he pitched? A diamond?
no, if you chuck the spade, I think,
Okay. That's
and then they
just a
continue
winner.
clubs, and
Oh,
then
I
they
see.
basically go up with the ace of clubs and then run all the spades. Is he squeezed or something? I'm not sure.
They
I might
are.
have had one too many beers.
Because you have the 9 of diamonds and yeah, they are squeezed.
Right.
Specifically Jack 10 third and the King of Clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never going to happen, but I just thought it was a bit of a fun point.
Always bring in those fun points.
So, Beans, I'm getting a little nervous. Who's your lineup against Pete Hollins? Can I ban people? Can I ban people from playing?
No, this is not
Oh,
League of
darn.
Legends.
I tried. I'm scared of Rick.
You're scared of Rick.
Yeah, and I'm a little scared of Alec right now.
No,
I'll
Alex
just
good.
have my
This is a
double
good
card
team.
ready.
Both of these teams are very good.
I know.
It's very hard to.
My
Yeah.
my team has no fear, except me.
Yeah, the question is who on their team is going to be able to handle the Outback Akal. And we might see some Minsk too, depending on the time.
Which I think is pretty high variance, isn't it? Outback Atacol?
Yeah.
Australian Bridge is higher variance, yeah.
Yeah. That match that I was in playing with Doki, 31-32 in 8 boards or something. Pretty good run rate. And we had Andy in there, so it was a New Zealander in there, a Kiwi.
Mm.
And Doki, is he Australian?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if he was Kiwi or Australian.
Wish Trick.
Who was Pete playing with in that match? Was he playing with Nick Jacob?
Probably Nick, yeah.
It was me and Doki, and I think against Steve. Oh my gosh! Imagine if you had the 7 of diamonds now.
I know. We didn't
That's
we didn't
bad.
create a clause for the beer card at Trick 1 rule.
Oh, in our match, there's 2 leads of the 7 of diamonds. I actually want a recount. I think Kachung should be disqualified.
Might as well be a revoke if you ask me. It's a 2-trick penalty if you lead the 7 of diamonds.
They led it twice.
Oof, that's like that. It compounds, so it's like 8-trick penalty.
Yeah, it's like a 2 cubed or something or other.
If I recall, weren't they like there was also like a million 7 of diamonds singletons in your match as well.
Was a singleton, yeah, he led the 7 of diamonds singleton. Yeah, I remember that one.
That's how
let it.
you know it's a singleton if they lead the
7 of diamonds. Yes.
I'm sure he led it before. I'm sure he led it before from 4 Firest as well.
It's
Uh-oh.
beer card 101. If they play the 7, they only have 1. If I play the 7 of diamonds, it's because I have a singleton.
That has to go on our convention card.
Sisters, do you find yourself, no matter if you're playing bridge, like irrationally holding onto the 7 of diamonds?
No.
I do it all the time. Like it's
Every time
never
that Scissors does
irrational.
it, it's rational.
it's like I know this is never gonna win, but I just can't let it go. I have attached
Yeah.
to it.
But that's not irrational because you can't always predict what the outcome's going to be.
Right.
All right. So how many tricks is this going to take, guys?
Probably 12, maybe
Yeah, looks like-
11. They're going to lose a club, but they had a diamond lead, which sort of solved a 2-way diamond finesse, but also gave them entries. When East gets in, if they switch to a spade, they might scare Declare it into not taking as many tricks as they may have otherwise.
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to a spade now.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen. It's not going to be making 12 unless there's.
If you win this, though,
Yeah, you're not.
well,
That's 11.
If
can't
you
get
win
12
this,
if you lose 2.
there's the heart finesse,
You
right?
can't get 12 if you lose 2.
Yeah.
Get the T-shirt. That's a T-shirt.
But if you had won that and then crossed the hand, you unfortunately can't unblock the diamonds to sort of run a squeeze. But
Yeah, I was just going
Ronald
to say you
Club,
can't
you
play the Ace of Diamonds.
you can
to
see
squeeze
what
or anything.
East does, and East would have to throw away their high spade. You might choose to finesse the heart.
Well,
So,
I think we need
although
some
our
miracles.
scorecard here goes up to 14 boards, I think this is going to be the last board of the match if the lead is more
Yeah.
than 7 imps. So
I
this
think
could be
it's
the
safe to
last
say Bridgeoverlord are going to win this match I think the most you can score is 25 imps.
And
Could be
even
wrong
that
there.
doesn't get you to that tie-break amount.
No.
So
Yeah, we can call it.
yeah, but there
Congratulations,
certainly
we'll
is still an interesting board of bridge here.
No, I know. We
So-
can call the match, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can
But we will
definitely say
analyze it.
congratulations to Team Bridge Overlord for winning their championship claw-in and now going to face Team Pete Hollins in the quarterfinals. And that also means that Rgoss is dropping down into the challenger bracket to be facing off against the winner between Bridge Babe and Jinxie Living in their claw-in match in the challenger bracket. So we'll take a look at that
Fun.
after.
There's beer card potential detected here for East West.
Yeah, definitely bearable.
As long as they don't end up in a diamond contract.
You do not have to hand it to him.
I wasn't sure about the. I know the official beer card. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in a diamond contract. I wasn't sure if we were playing it as long as you just finish with the 7 diamonds win. It doesn't matter if you're in diamonds or not.
For
It's
us,
still going official.
That's way
for
too easy.
the still diamond trump doesn't count.
Right. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of other beer card rules that we're not even implementing.
Yeah, that's true about going off in a contract. Yeah.
Yeah, and doubling and redoubling and
Well, doubling and redoubling, we multiply
we
it.
said 2 and 4. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But we're not employing like I think it would be a little bit too much chaos if we allowed you to go down for the beer card.
Are you in England, John Stell?
Yeah. Yeah.
An English person told me that they play extremely strict beer card rules. One of which is you're not allowed to take an inferior line in your contract to make a beer card. Now, if that was true, I wouldn't enjoy Bridge at all.
I agree.
No, I don't think that's true. You're just
I've
not
heard
allowed
it.
to go
That's
off.
how they play it.
No,
Listeners,
don't.
don't you always take an inferior line?
Well, yes, that's one problem. Imagine if you had to play properly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that's true. As far as I'm concerned, I thought as long as
Yeah,
you make
it's what
if you go off
it's
the
what I was
contract,
told by
then
an
it
Englishman,
doesn't count.
and he
But if
seemed
you
pretty
make
serious.
the contract, it doesn't matter.
A proper Englishman?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I if I were to play that rule, no, I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't play that rule. I think the only reason why you would do it is because you don't want to encourage the beer card too much.
Yeah,
And you
do.
still, when you're playing in a competitive event, you still want to play your best bridge, even though the beer card could be on the table. So, I mean, that's the only reason I see.
Well, I played an inferior line in the match against Pete Holland where
Yeah.
we lost by 3 imps. And
I think
it cost me 6 imps.
I think that's the most legendary beer story that we have so far is John Stell going for that beer card and costing him the match against Peter Hollins, which I have
Yeah.
immense respect for.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you supposed to do? You're team captain. You got to do these things.
Of course. Of course.
Gotta
You're
bring up
practicing
team
your beer card
morale.
technique.
Yeah, exactly. I was getting practicing for my beer cards. Didn't exactly do anything for me. I don't think I had no, I did have one chance, didn't I? I did have one chance. My God, if I'd have got that beer card, that would have been amazing because that was a very difficult hand.
Yeah.
I don't think he makes this now, right?
Yeah, no,
I think he's one off. I think he was sort of always one off. He's going to lose at some stage 2 hearts in the spade.
Did they put a club through though? That kind of makes the difference.
Declarer tried a club finesse themselves because they had a diamond loser, and I think they were attempting to finesse the club to pitch their diamond. So they hooked a club themselves, but
that
then
doesn't
lost
make
the club,
sense.
lost the diamond. What do you mean that doesn't make sense?
it makes sense. if you
Oh,
wanna
they
get rid of
ducked the diamond at trick 1.
Yeah.
Ah. I thought it went ace of diamonds, diamond. Okay, yeah, that would be a wild play to duck the diamond with looking at 2 little clubs, 3 little clubs.
Yeah, but Declarer tried the club finesse with that as a view. As it turns out, setting hearts up could have possibly worked, and then maybe not lose a club. But looks like they're one off and flat.
Well, they have one chance to put a club on the table.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a potential chance at an elimination play here?
I was just thinking the very thing then.
I don't think there is because West can rough in on the club. And there's also the chance that, you know, East just pitches away their king of spades on the ace, and then it goes away to West, who can lead a heart through now. So I think there's multiple ways that this whole thing is thwarted, but it's definitely an interesting idea. Oh, wait.
I love at the 4.
West was the one with the king. So that's it.
Board.
That's it. 33-0. Congratulations.
We're not playing board 11. This would have gone into overtime if we were.
Yes. So at this point, I've instructed, I've let people know who the winners are. I've congratulated Team Bridgeoverlord and let Rgoss know that they're still not done yet. They still have to face off in the challenger bracket.
So I've got the results on screen here. This was Chlorine 1, is that right?
Yeah, so I just need to hit one button since the match is actually finalized, and then you will see it. All right.
I can't wait.
I pressed the button.
Oh, brilliant. So Bridgeoverlord is the winner, and they're still in the championship bracket, it looks like, playing against Pete Holland's team, featuring ATC.
And Scissors.
And then they move on, and then the winner of that plays NYC Bridge. Now, Rgoss, because they were sort of in this chlorine, they dropped down to challengers bracket. Is that right?
That's correct. So now they're in the challenger quarterfinal.
In the quarterfinal, and there's a match over here to be played at some stage, Brid with Music, MathLab Jordan, and then they go into there, and then that becomes a knockout after that. So there's another chlorine to be played, another chlorine to be played, and then some of these matches have already started.
Can you wait 1 second? I just need to be sure that I got this correct because I said something wrong.
When's your match, Kai? Let's see.
I think there's something wrong with the input on the website. They should be in the other Clawin match.
Oh, we only have one match tomorrow?
I believe. Because it says Clawin 1, and then it should be going to loser of CL1, which is going to be that should be in the quarterfinal 4 in the challenger. So they should be in the other one.
You can move them around.
Yeah. Should be the other one.
We'll find out what's happening later.
Yeah. But the whole thing is that nobody got eliminated here. We just know who is getting a chance at the bigger money prize, playing against, continuing to play in the championship. Of course, Rgoss still has a good chance here in the challenger bracket, and that is going to be very exciting. All right. Well, thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for commentating. Thank you everyone for being in chat. This has been a fun match, and Bridgeoverlord's team here setting the beer card record of 3 beer cards in a match. So that is the number to beat at the moment. To see, just for pride, actually. So yeah.
Don't say just for pride. John still it doesn't feel like it's just for pride.
It's also for beer.
It's also for going forwards in the tournament.
Yes. Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yes,
Cheers.
that is true.
Thanks for rubbing it in there.
Now, according to this, although this is in my local time, the next match starts in 14 hours. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
It's versus Bridgebabe.
Yes, 9 a.m. Pacific time. 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, 3 a.m. Aussie time. So
yeah.
Or one of the Aussie times, because there's so many Aussie times.
Yeah, we've got about 7.
7 Aussie times. But yeah, very fun match to watch. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to our commentators once again. Go check out Team John Stell. His YouTube channel is excellent. Also, shout out to Bridgeoverlord on Twitch and Rgoss on Twitch. Those were the captains that were playing. So go check out their channels as well. All the links are in the description. And of course, we also had our other commentators here. We had Drew Cavalier, the one, the only. Also kind of my twin. We have been mistaken for each other before, multiple times actually.
Much fun, brother.
And then we've got William Jenner O'Shea here, who has been an absolute pleasure here, taking the driver's seat on the what do we call it? The screen share. So yeah, we will see you all in 14 hours for the Bridge Babe Jinxie match. I hope you enjoyed. Isaac said that we fixed the bracket. They are going to the proper one, and it's the match between Bridge Babe and Jinxie that will determine who the next player is for Team Rgoss, the next team for Rgoss. So yeah, we're going to say goodbye. I am exhausted, so even though I took a nap, I'm still exhausted. But we will see you all in the next one. Congratulations to Team Bridgeoverlord, and we will see you all tomorrow morning.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Isaac, behind the
Thanks
scenes.
for tuning in.
Cheers, John. Cheers, ATC.